welcome to the Guitar Effect. My name is Rob. Today I'm going to be talking about this, the Plexi Crunch. I'll just get the camera to focus in out there, from Nux. And this is a amp in a box pedal, basically, right? In the traditional sense of, this is a pedal that you plug into the front of an amp to flavour it like a really, really, really hot-rodded Plexi. So I guess the first thing we should do is take a listen to it. So here it is in a track. So it's a high gain Marshall in a box, and specifically Plexi, like it has that old school modded super trebly Plexi thing going on, although you can tame that, right? So I picked this up recently. I think they're about a year old. No, it's a range of new pedals that Nux put out a while ago. Sorry, Nux. I keep saying Nux and that's wrong. That's like a face cream company. Nux put out a range of pedals, and this is one of them a little while ago. And I've been really impressed with it. This is not really my thing. I don't really play super high gain amps and then use a volume control to clean them up a little bit. I kind of have more dynamics in the type of music I play. So it was an interesting challenge to me to see, what would I do with this, and what did I think about the sound of it, and what did I think about the playing experience of it. And what I will say is, in terms of amp in a box pedals, so what I mean, I want to just talk about this for a second. Amp in a box to me means this, right? So this is a pedal that you plug into another amplifier, you plug into a modeler. It's not an amp modeler, right? So there's no cabinet simulation, and it doesn't have preamp level output. It has regular level output and stuff. It's for flavouring your amplifier to sound like a dirty Plexi. And in that context, it gives a really wonderful playing experience under the fingers. Like, it's really high gain, it's really fluid, but it's quite dynamic and reactive. And even though it is high gain, it takes a boost pedal very well and stuff. So really impressive. So I'll just quickly go through the controls. I'll just read them. Yeah, master, preamp, tone, and presence. So master is the, I thought it was just a level, but as you wind the master up, it brings in more sort of punchy mid-range, low mids. And I think this is kind of meant to simulate turning the master volume up and thus bringing the power amp tubes in. The preamp is a preamp tube. So this gets you more sort of fizzy gain as you go up. There is a tone control, which is like a mid-range kind of thing, where when you wind the tone off, it sounds like a very scooped Marshall, and when you wind the tone in, it can get up to super mid-heavy sounds. And then the presence is the same thing, but with treble. So, and in the power amp stage, kind of simulated, so it gets fizzier as you dial the treble up, and tamer as you dial the presence, I should say. Fizzier as you dial the presence up, and tamer as you dial the presence down. It's got an on-off switch and an in and out and a 9-volt jack. And it takes like a low current supply. So it's also very affordable. I'm not sure how much these are, but I know they're not expensive. I'll put the price maybe with a link somewhere down in the description below. So it's an affordable Marshall in a box. But again, super high gain Plexi Marshall specifically in a box. And I don't think Plexis in real life ever got this high gain. You need to mod it basically to put an extra gain stage into the amp, but it's a kind of an early Eddie Van Halen kind of style, kind of pedal, which is not my thing at all. I don't play anything like that. Can't. And to be honest, not really massively interested in doing so. So I've just kind of I've done an audio demo, and I'm going to play that in a second. And I go through like kind of the different sounds you can get out of it, how it reacts to single coils and humbuckers and stuff like that, and how it works with a boost pedal and front fuzz. We'll take a listen to that now. Here you go. Okay, so before I get going, just how I'm demoing the rig, right? So I'll get into the reasons for this in a minute, right? But I'm playing my Hakes from Juice F, which is like a modern, not like metal modern, but just a modern style construction, semi-hollow body, 25 and a quarter, 25 and a half inch scale length, so Fender scale length, but kind of Gibson 339 style guitar. Great guitar, and it has, the reason I'm using it has humbuckers and single coils, and also it likes this pedal. A lot of my guitars didn't like this pedal, or didn't like this pedal with the tiniest little adjustments on my amplifier. It is an incredibly sensitive pedal, which I'll get into in a sec. So I'm going into the T-Rex Diva Drive as a kind of tube screamer style boost to show how a pedal interacts with it, because it's an amp in a box style pedal. Then the Plexi Crunch, and then out of that into the clean channel of my Koch Studio Tone 20 amp, right? So clean, it sounds like this with the humbucker. And sounds like this with a single coil. And on the neck, same thing, humbucker. Very clean amp, and then single coil on the neck. But that is actually single coil. This is humbucker on the neck. So it's pretty slightly, the tiniest little bit break up on the sound. So, okay, so I have the pedal set as I have spent quite a bit of time with it and decided that this is how I want it set. So it's not that noisy now. So the tone is kind of in the middle. The presence is just a little bit past the middle, and the channel volume is in the middle, but the gain is at like a quarter. Super high gain pedal. It sounds like this with a humbucker in the bridge. There's nothing low gain or subtle in any way, shape or form about this pedal. It's a high gain monster. And like I said, that's with the gain at a quarter. So what this is, in my opinion, is it's a Plexi, but it's very much like a modded high gain Plexi. It's not like a subtle Plexi. And another reason for that is it has, so I'll change the single coil now and the gain will get a bit less. At least you think so, but it doesn't really. So winding the volume back halfway on a single coil, that is, and back further on a single coil. Back to like 2. Oh, it's actually off. What's interesting is that the volume doesn't really change, which makes this incredibly versatile. And a lot of the high end still stays there, so a bit more. Right up to full volume. So it's a very compressed, full on gain kind of pedal. I kind of think, having watched a few videos about this is kind of aimed at modded Plexi players, so people that like Van Halen, and it has that level of gain. It's not really my thing, but I was really interested at the prospect of it. You still do get a lot of note articulation. Okay, so that's kind of basically what it sounds like. So going through the controls, that's the gain at a quarter. Here's the gain at a half. The gain at 3/4. And the gain at full. That's with the pickup set to single coil. That's the gain. So it's interesting to show that they're kind of a lead passage as well, right? That's the gain, single coil with the gain of a quarter. Single coil, drop my pick. Single coil with the gain of a half. Single coil gain of 3/4. And single coil with the gain. Let's just put the gain back. It's a very, very, very noisy pedal, and I don't use a noise gate. It doesn't really have that much variation in gain in the way that I would normally expect to interact with a pedal's gain control. You kind of get it to a certain point, and then it sort of gets more and more compressed as you go up. But even it passes a point of compression where I really don't feel like it makes that much difference. So that's the gain. I'm going to go back to humbucker mode because it'll help with the noise. Okay, the master volume, so it kind of does what you think. It also kind of brings more mid in. And up full. Actually brings a lot more mid in. That's interesting. So I leave the master volume about halfway, and the tone control when you bring it off scoops. As you wind it up, it brings mid in. Halfway. Getting gnarly now. 3/4 starts to get really mid-hunk. And then full mids. I mean, I think even back here it's getting into Queens of the Stone Age territory with that much mid. And then the presence control, which is really useful as well. So presence fully off, it's very dull. Still usable. Then presence at 1/4. Fun pedal. Presence at 1/2, which is kind of where I have it. Presence at 3/4. Okay, and then presence at full, it gets really bite. So you can get any sort of plexi-ish. It always sounds plexi-ish, but it doesn't sound like a regular plexi. It sounds like a plexi that's been modded to get way more gain than plexis actually have when you get them stock. And all the controls are really interactive, so you can get any imaginable plexi sound out of this pedal, which is, well, bar a low gain one, which is really interesting. Maybe a little bit, kind of. No, too much mid. Okay, so that's basically what the pedal sounds like and all the different range of gain and stuff. What I'm going to do now quickly is just show how it interacts with other pedals, right? So you could play like with a light touch with a lower volume knob and get sort of thing. Not really. Full volume. Right? Say you wanted to go to a solo, it will actually, even though it's so gainy, it will take a tube screamer style pedal pretty well. add some mids. And it feels really lovely. So, if you're looking for high gain plexi tones, like no subtlety, well, there is subtlety, but there's only subtlety within the realm of high gain. Like, you can get pedals that do, you know, JTM 45 or even plexi pedals that do slightly lower gain. This is not that. This is like a really super dirty plexi. And I think if you're looking for that and you want to like play the whole song with it and ride the volume knob on your guitar to get various types of versions of that tone, I think it's really useful. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. And it takes the Diva Drive as a tube screamer really well. So there you go, the Plexi Crunch from Nux Effects. A really good sort of Marshall in a box style drive if you're looking for high gain, vintage modded plexi tones. And also check out the Wampler pedal course. If you're into pedals and you want to know more specifically about gain pedals, I have a link down below, which is an affiliate link, which means I get a small kickback if you take the course, on the Wampler blueprint course, which goes through all the different types of gain pedals that there are. So boost pedals, distortion pedals, overdrive pedals, fuzz pedals, compressors, noise gates, anything to do with gain. It's a really, really useful resource if you want to know more about the principles behind what different gain pedals do, and therefore what to reach for to get a certain sound or a certain experience that you're trying to use to get a guitar sound or a guitar part in a song. It's a really, really great course. So you can go in and check it out, and if you go in through my link, you get a discount, the details of which are in the description below, and I'll also stick a link to the course up here. So, thanks for watching. Any questions, shoot them in the comment section down below. I'll be happy to answer them. If you've watched this far, as always, I thank you for that. And if you have, and you've enjoyed the video, like and subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you can be kept up to date every time I put out a new video. And yeah, thanks. I'll see you in another video again soon. Bye-bye.